The barely surviving band, a premium offering in the fiscal Hunger Games. Oh, the mysteries of modern taxation. One perpetually ponders where precisely the barely surviving demographic slots into the grand fiscal hierarchy. It turns out it's a prime VIP level bracket exclusively designed for those whom the council can still extract blood from, even if it's merely a metaphorical trickle. A naive idealist, perhaps fresh from a particularly uplifting documentary, might mystically being the operative word, envision a society where tax policy is crafted with a whisper of empathy, a gentle nod to the delicate ballet between dwindling income and skyrocketing outgoings. One might even, in a moment of delusional optimism, conjure a fantastical tax band, the barely surviving tier, completely with a complimentary tear-stained waiver, or at the very least, a sincerely regretful emoji on the demand letter. But like all good dreams, this one shatters with the third of the council tax demand, a missive operating on the immutable, almost biblical law: if thou hast breath in thy lungs, thou shalt remit payment. And this leads one to the truly perplexing intellectual puzzle: why in a supposedly civilized society is the most fundamental of human needs, shelter, not simply abolished or banned from taxation, especially for those already teetering on the precipice of poverty or navigating the labyrinth of low wages? One might charitably assume that governments would hesitate to tax the roof over one's head when said head is already swimming with anxieties, but no, oh no, apparently the very act of existing indoors, bricks and mortar and a roof, warrants a premium subscription to the local council. It seems the only thing more baffling than the tax itself is the sheer audacity of not exempting the very foundation of stability for those who possess little else. It is a peculiar form of fiscal universalism, this council tax, that even AI finds it inhumane, and immigrants don't even pay so much for equality, hey? A system so beautifully egalitarian in its demand for funds, utterly indifferent to the abyss between the source of said funds. Here the struggling elderly widow, meticulously counting pennies in her postage stamp flat, the very shelter they insist on taxing, contributes a hefty, life-altering percentage of her meagre existence. And the plutocrat, deciding between a new super yacht or simply installing a gold-plated urinal in their smaller guest house, well, they too pay a substantial chunk that by some mysterious gravitational anomaly equates to a microscopic percentage of their mountain of untaxed riches. The barely surviving bracket, then, is truly a testament to administrative genius. It's ingeniously designed to encompass everyone, from the destitute to the obscenely opulent, because why differentiate when you can simply extort uniformly from the very ground they stand on? And then, for the pièce de résistance, the veritable cherry on this bitter cake, the fabled bedroom tax. God forbid, indeed, should you possess the sheer audacity, the unmitigated gall, to occupy a property with a spare square foot, perhaps a forgotten corner where a single dust bunny could have thrived, or a cupboard large enough to contemplate sleeping in. That, my friend, is not merely space, it is a luxury, a taxable, penalizable, egregious luxury, country, because obviously the destitute require ample room to dance with their financial anxieties, while the council requires more revenue to ensure said anxieties are efficiently managed, perhaps by seizing the very luxury that is your slightly too large cupboard. The comedic brilliance of this entire predicament, of course, lies in its sheer unadulterated audacity. One finds oneself performing a nightly tightrope walk across a canyon of rising energy bills, stagnant wages, and the ambient soul-crushing hum of cost of living anxiety. And just as one teeters precariously, the council, with the unwavering cheerfulness of a vampire offering a health check, swoops in with a buoyant, "Hello, good news, citizen. We've located another delightful 5% of your non-existent discretionary income for you to selflessly contribute to things." It's a poignant daily reminder that while your personal solvency might be performing a graceful, if terrifying, swan dive into the abyss, the colossal impersonal machinery of local governance grinds on. Impervious, implacable, and utterly unburdened by such quaint notions as human comfort, or indeed individual solvency, a system truly built on for the robust extraction of every last penny and absolutely nothing else, even from the sanctity of your barely surviving roof. So next time you open the brown envelope and see the numbers go up, just smile, remember your rights, and then promptly realise they don't apply to your postcode. Think it's lawful? Think again, then double check, then ask for the signed liability order. Join the movement, ask the questions, challenge the fiction. Subscribe for more brutally honest breakdowns of British bureaucratic nonsense. Till the next time, take care, keep well, stay strong. Toodle pip for now.